Creekside Learning Lab is an enormously exciting opportunity in a humble cottage that we have fixed up and renovated and organized. Everyone has rolled up their sleeves, kids and parents, and we are looking forward to an extraordinary year.
So it's Friday the 31st.
At the Creekside School in Portola Valley, we have a very small group of 14, 10 and 11-year-olds, and we are engaged in 21st century learning.
Charlie, got a word for the day?
Yep, scolionophobia. It's a noun.
Okay, and tell us what it means.
A fear of school.
21st century learning is where we should be headed right now in both public and private schools. It is a different way of conceptualizing how students learn in a classroom situation. It goes beyond the classroom.
I'd like you to go to creeksidelearninglab.org.
Kids now in elementary and middle school, because they have been alive during this 21st century, they are wired differently. So schools need to become relevant so they become much stronger and independent learners.
I think it's 10 times better than most schools.
Other schools wouldn't give you this much freedom.
Yeah, and everything else is new.
We get to do our own things, we get to make our own choices, and just being creative, and they really support that.
But I would try not to think too much about being perfect on this one. Do more of the relaxed, gestural drawing that we did and just try to get a feel for it.
In a traditional setting, there's a lot of rote memorization and there's a lot of rote maybe thinking.
There's no right and wrong drawing. It's how you see.
This is math, this is spelling, this is reading, we're going to do this. In 21st century learning, it's here's the idea, let's explore it. And then reading and math and language and everything will just sort of pour in to assist the student. What I generally do is structure my curriculum around something I call big questions.
When we defined what a big question is, we said it's something you have to be interested in. We said it's going to be something that you're going to ask over and over and over again in your lifetime. What else?
And these are big enough so that kids can find some sort of nugget inside of there that they'd like to explore. It keeps them focused for a long time, and they have to learn a math concept, for example, or they have to learn a certain punctuation skill because they need it to present findings, for example, or to finish up some research.
A big question only makes more questions. Thank goodness for that.
They're kind of teaching you to be really responsible, and it's really an exciting, they put up all the exciting activities.
Please plan your experiment, just the first one. And then after you've planned the first one,
We have an amazing opportunity here because we are starting a school from the ground up, and that means that we can create the program in a way that best addresses the needs of the children in the most expert fashion that we can.
I think the reason why it moves is because of the string.
Kids love doing hands-on science. Just getting their hands on things. One of the things I focus on with them is taking something, a system, an object, a phenomenon, and poking at it, doing something to it and seeing what happens. And kids are natural experimenters, even babies, poke at things, see what's gonna happen. And so they are very enthusiastic.
so I need to coat it evenly with a substance.
So the children can really start thinking about how evidence can support a conclusion or an argument. And that's a very important thing as a citizen or as coming into a science lab.
Oh, did you see that?
We're going to be using that in everything we do to look at how do we know what we know.
Nice experiment, you guys. So it actually worked, and I bet it's...
And we've had math and history and design, a lot of design, which is really fun.
So tell me, what is design?
I do try to make at least one design challenge for every one of the big questions.
Basically, you put what you want to look at on.
Design thinking. It's a process that is empathy, prototyping, and then kind of tell it and sell it sort of a process.
There's a process to do this. There's steps to take. The design process is something that you apply to every problem, any problem.
When we're in our exploration and innovation big question, we do the empathy step together.
Empathy Oh, does anybody remember what empathy is? Yeah, JJ, what?
Putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Oh, yay. Now.
Where we're learning about the explorers and how it is to be in a ship that's 60 feet long, which is not very long. Why would somebody want to even do that? And these are long-term projects where the kids actually get a chance to prototype something, or prototype meaning building. Then you can give them a design challenge to actually construct a vessel that is a scale. It has to be to scale. Then they have to actually build that using only materials that were available to shipbuilders in the 14th and 15th centuries. We go to the pool, fill it up, we turn on the fan, and let's see if they can get to where they're going. And some of the very best writing I get all year is because they have figured out what went wrong or what went right with their boat, and they have figured out what they're going to do the next time, and they're anxious to write about it.
Kids move at their own pace in different subjects, address big questions, and explore them in their own unique way.
And we've already gone on a field trip.
Yeah.
Also, many field trips and excursions that will give kids a hands-on experience. 21st century learning is the best of progressive education combined with a very intellectually engaging program and the latest findings in brain research, which are shedding a great deal of light on how we as humans learn and retain information. It is crackling with excitement. It is not a one-size-fits-all approach to education, and it results in kids who are enormously engaged and excited learners.
Kids, when they're engaged, learn better. Parents have talked to me about how their kids are they jump out of bed in the morning and they're so excited about coming to school and getting on with the project that they're working on. We want them to be curious. We want them to be creative. We want them to critically think. Those are the skills that the kids will need when they're 20-somethings.
It's been everything you could hope for. It's been art, it's been math, it's been PE, it's been everything. And this year has been awesome, yeah!